State of the Nation. One, that President Yoweri Museveni, either intentionally or unintentionally, refuses to understand what he's supposed to say in the State of the Nation and chooses to use it as another opportunity to patronize Ugandans and speak in a condescending manner. That is the first one. My understanding of what the State of the Nation should have been, especially that one delivered at the opening of a session of Parliament, is supposed to be a balance sheet with reference to the budget that was read at the start of the financial year that we are about to conclude. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it ought to be a balance sheet of sorts. So he should have been using the base year for all his statistics. The base should have been what was it by the time we started this financial year. Because a week later, he is supposed to return to Parliament and present the national budget. So when he returns to Parliament to present the national budget, he will be giving us a forecast for the next financial year. But you cannot give us a forecast for the next financial year if we have not had a proper balance sheet accountability for the financial year that we are, closing. So he always keeps on, moving away from the current, from the current situation obtaining in the country. He starts talking about in 1966, in 1986, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, that's why in one of the talk shows recently, I said that he must have read this book by, I've just forgotten the author, on how to lie with statistics. Yeah. So he keeps throwing in numbers in there. But, the numbers, he does not throw in numbers such that they make comparative sense. He just throws in, because if you start saying that we have this number of kilometers of road today, and this is what we had in 1986, you are giving us accountability for a 40-year reign, but you're not giving us accountability for the last 1 year. And yet, you have been claiming that you come back to the Ugandan citizen to seek a fresh mandate after every 5 years, which could, if he continues to do that, it could be an admission that the purported seeking of renewal of mandate is a facade, like some of us have been saying. That it actually, he actually knows that he's operating some kind of a monarchy, so he doesn't need to keep on, going through transparent elections. So he keeps on just running us through a military exercise where he crowns himself. It's basically a renewal of coronation. He goes through a coronation anniversary after every 5 years or so. So for me, that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that it demonstrated also that the president is just talking. And as we know, talk is cheap. He is not willing to walk the talk. Yeah. So he comes and says a Muluka chief, that's a parish chief, should not be riding a motorcycle in a boda economy where boda has changed meaning from motorbikes to from bicycles to motorbikes. Boda comes from my village, my district. The word boda originates from there. They used to be bicycles. These guys used to put on pink uniforms, pink shirts. They used to ride bicycles, and they would say, "Are you going to the border? Border." Calling people who are going to the border to cross over to Kenya. That is the origin of border. And then they advanced to motorcycles and all that. So now he says that in a border economy, where even in the remotest area in Uganda, you have youth who have resorted to riding these motorcycle taxis called bodas, that a parish chief should be riding a bicycle. Granted, that could be part of what you would call austerity measures in the coming financial year. But then he is not telling us what is going to happen to the exorbitant expenditure by the presidency.
Right.
The presidency in Uganda, okay, State House in particular, spends upwards of 2.5 billion shillings every day.
It's a lot of money.
If you just get the State House budget before any supplementary is brought in, divide it by the number of days in a year, you will come to what we are talking about. So he's not showing us how he's going to lead by example to have State House and the presidency in general to reduce expenditure. And also, it is very funny. The budget they are going to read this week, that is just starting, has some of the amounts. For example, when they are saying that they are going to take out expenditure on public holidays, some of these monies have already been passed in this budget in Parliament. So they are not telling us where is this money going to go. You see?
Right.
Yeah, so they are just, how do you come up with austerity measures at the tail end of the financial year when the budgeting process already concluded in Parliament? These guys are just gaslighting Ugandans. They are not being honest.
Yeah,
the
let us hear
process
from
was complete by April. By April this year, they were concluding the budgeting process. Now they should have told us about the austerity measures they intend to take then. After all, by that time, the president knew that he's warming up for a fresh mandate, quote unquote. So it's not that he didn't know he's going to be governing Uganda after May 2026. So I think that's the other thing. He's not ready to walk the talk.
Even if you had known that he was not going to govern, like systematically, we should know the parliament will tell us that this is the amount of money that are going to be used to govern the country, whether it's with Mr. Museveni or any other candidate who would have.
And in fact, the technocrats have remained in office. Dr. Ramadan Gobi still remains in office. So he should have told us. So which means even Ramadan Gobi seems not to be doing his job, and it is being, he's being remote controlled by Yoweri Museveni from State House. So I think we keep complaining that we're a banana republic, but the people entrusted with the power are the people who actually make us a banana republic. And finally, on that issue of state of the nation, he emphasized term no sleep, where he says there's going to be an enhanced fight against corruption. This is also another way of gaslighting Ugandans. Two things. One, in what you call term no sleep, the much hyped anti-corruption fight, the term no more sleep. We started this with the much hyped anti-corruption fight, which had them go and raid the homes, the properties of the former speaker Anita Among.
Yeah.
But then the next we saw was the president has directed the IGG to investigate something that is unconstitutional. Then the next we are seeing in a government newspaper that the president has received a report from the IGG about the investigations, meaning this is not an anti-corruption investigation. It simply means that this is an investigation that is of a political nature. It is just a misnomer to call it an anti-corruption investigation. So this is a political fixing exercise. So they were fixing Anita Among politically. So right from the start, I cannot take the president serious about fighting corruption when he has started on the wrong footing. He has started by closing political fixing exercise as an anti-corruption fight. He has started by going against the constitution, by interfering in the work of the Inspector General of Government, by directing the activities, the actions of the Inspector General of Government. For the record, the Inspector General of Government and even the Inspector General of Police, when it comes to issues with investigations on corruption and the rest, is not supposed to be directed by any persons in Uganda. They are supposed to act in the interest of the Ugandan public, the Ugandan citizen. So there is no way you can say this is a term no more sleep where you expect a fight against corruption when they have started on the wrong footing. So finally, the second thing which shows you that this term no more sleep is a hoax. The parliament itself where he was speaking from, the forum which he used to declare term no more sleep. is already sleeping on the job. They have already shown you that they cannot even interpret basic law. They cannot interpret basic law, which says if someone holds dual citizenship, they cannot be minister. They have started saying some people can go through the window to join cabinet, another one should be rejected. So they are stammering when it comes to interpreting basic law. So he was speaking term normal sleep in a forum where the people that he was speaking to were already asleep. They're sleeping on the jobs. So for
Dr.
me,
Stella.
that is it.
Dr. Stella, there's a lot you have to respond to. First, your thoughts about Dr. Imbara's suggestion that the two presidents, one of Rwanda, of the Republic of Rwanda, and one of the Republic of Uganda, might know something about Dr. Imbara. That's why they keep bringing him close to themselves in one way or another. We know that he has a diplomatic passport, which was approved by the president of Uganda, according to his own confession as well. But